Hey, we get a lot of videos, we get a lot of emails, people sending us asking questions on show us how to build the cages. In other videos I'm going to show you how to build the cages. Right now I'm going to show you how to build these. These are the hide boxes that we use. You can see, come around the other side. They're meant to be simple, easy to repair, easy to replace. And what I do is I go to Home Depot. And I go to the section where the plywood is, and I find the worst pieces of plywood they've got. I usually take 4 or 5 pieces of plywood that are beat up real bad, and I go to the manager and I tell him, hey, these pieces of plywood are pieces of junk. Could you sell them to me cheaper? And they always give me a break. Since I'm going to put them outside, I don't need fine wood for that. Then I have them rip them in half. You take them to the right place, they'll cut them in half. That gives you a 4x4 sheet. Now today I went out and bought 10 pieces of plywood. Usually they're 14 bucks each. I got them for less than 10 bucks. And I had them tear them right in half for me. That gave me, they're usually a 4x8 sheet. That gave me 4x4 sheets. Then I get this here, which is called a 2x10 by 8 foot. Now those they won't do, so I get my circular saw and I split them. Look, I put a bead from here to here, and I rip them right in half with the circular saw. So what you wind up with is 2 pieces just like this. See if they're together? They're like this. And you cut them right in half. That's what gives you your angle. Then I screw on those pieces to the pieces of plywood. Now what I do is, if you look here, I use a washer on the end of it. The reason I use a washer on the end of it is because as the wood gets worn and weak and weathered and wet, a lot of W's there, the screw head won't slip through the piece of plywood as it gets a lot of use. It's tough plywood. And I give it a real good push so it holds nice and tight. I like that sound. Every carpenter likes that sound. And I use different size screws depending on what. Nice 2.5-inch screw up on the top here. Even it out. Now if you notice something, you see how I have overlap over here, but I don't have overlap over here. The reason being is I want the back end touching the ground, because as it sits on the ground, the animal's going to go in there, especially in the winter months. They want to be right on the ground, and you don't want the air getting up under it. So that's why I do that really tight there. This was learned through a lot of trial and error. I put 3 in each side. And then you turn it around, do the same thing. Look here. Just so I show them the finished product without the spoon in your mouth. This is the finished product. It's simple, it does the trick, and this thing will last me 5 or 6 years. And when it's all said and done, it probably cost me 10 bucks, maybe 10 bucks. And it's nice and big, so you can have multiple animals in the cages. And since our cages are usually either 6 foot by 12 foot or 6 foot by 6 foot, these work out perfect. So we'll make more videos on the construction of the cage. It's a little more complex, it's a little more involved. Thank you so much. God bless you.